So at NeurAcro for short, Sage and I are always talking about how this really is a lifestyle. This is something that it's a way to think and breathe, and something that we're living out every day, sometimes breath by breath, moment by moment. But it is a way that we are thinking and breathing and applying breath work in a way that I'd never done before Sage shared his system with me, this kind of new technique. So it is a way that we are thinking and breathing in real time. And so I wanted to just invite you in and kind of increasingly at times show you how I'm thinking and breathing in certain situations. Today I had one of those situations where I was letting a need to be perfect stop me from executing on something that was really important, is really important, something that really I care about a lot and I've put a lot of energy and effort into, but there was just something that was blocking me from following through. I don't know, maybe you can relate. There's lots of reasons why that happens. I wasn't interested in the reasons why I wasn't executing. What I was interested in was getting to a place in a state in which I could then perform from, or do the work from, not perform, but do the work from. So rather than spending time spinning my wheels on all the reasons why I may not be doing something, I chose to substitute those thoughts in that state for a state that I know that I can be productive from, which for me is generally a state of sufficiency. And this is something that you're going to hear us talk about a lot. Sufficiency is defined by the task at hand. So sufficiency is always in flux. And I can find sufficiency quite quickly in my breath. I've trained it into my system. And I find when I'm in a state of sufficiency that I'm coming from a place of effortless ease, spaciousness, and joy. And that's a really great place to create from. And so rather than spin my wheels more than I already had been, I dialed into my breath. And the quickest way for me to kind of reset and find sufficiency is through the sigh of relief, which we all know at this point is my favorite breath. I've already said that and put that out there. So this is yet another way that I apply the sigh of relief. And so in through the nose, out through the mouth. And a sigh, again, if you don't know, is an inhale that's twice as big as a normal inhale, followed by an exhale. We like to at NeurAcrobatics, drop it like a box of rocks. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I start with where I'm at. The breath always meets us where we're at. So I don't try to change anything. I just start with where I'm at. Breathing in and out. And what naturally tends to happen for me is I naturally reset to a place of sufficiency, which means that on each inhale, I'm taking in less and less breath. Too much of anything in our system causes pressure in the system. You know, when you start to breathe and you start to feel it in that upper chest, it's too much. Eat too much food, your belly hurts. Too much often causes pressure in our system. So I can find sufficiency by just taking a little bit less each time. And I know that I'm in that pocket of sufficiency when there's effortless ease on the inhale and on the exhale. And the more you do it, the more you start to sense it and you start to feel it. And I notice too that when I'm able to make that space with the sigh of relief and I'm able to find that place of sufficiency, I've created room. I've created room from where I was 2 minutes ago, 3 breaths ago, 10 minutes ago, however long it is, I've created room. And in that room is where I find the answers to the questions, I find insights. All of these things come when I'm able to make room. And I wanted to share with you some of what came to me today as I was breathing into sufficiency. And it was that nobody outruns the need for practice. So everything that I was feeling, all the insecurities, all of the I'm not enough, what if it's not perfect, all the mental noise, the psychological clutter that I had collected, none of that mattered, because at the end of the day, everybody has to practice. You've got to put some time in before you're going to master anything. So the irony in all of this is that all of this was because I'm writing a challenge, a 7-day challenge for you, and I wanted it to be perfect, and in my effort to make it perfect, I wasn't actually following through on the challenge. So good news is we're moving past that. Challenge is going to be up soon. I'm excited. All of these things, interestingly enough, much of what I'm talking about today is kind of in the same way, but a little bit different in this challenge. So definitely check that out. Stay tuned for more of that. Practice. Nobody outruns the need to practice. Number two, the number two thing that came to me was that as long as I have shown up fully, and only I'm going to know if I gave everything in that moment, as long as I've shown up fully, I've done my best, and I've come from a place of love and service and joy, as long as I've done those three things, that's good enough. That is all that I can ask of myself. I'm never going to be perfect in every aspect or any aspect, and perfect is subjective and a sliding scale. It's a slippery slope. So rather than aiming for perfection, I'm going to choose to show up fully, give it my best, and come from a place of love and service and joy. So I hope that was helpful for you today. I think I'm going to call this series maybe NeurAcro on the fly, something like that. I don't know. Have a beautiful day, and don't forget to find your own sufficiency.